Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to MC Small Talk. We got a hometown Belltown friend of mine from years back, growing up, Brandon Wilson here. Um, he was a high school wrestler in Mifflin County. Then he went to Lycoming. We'll talk about that a little bit and talk about childhood memories. Should be a funny time. But what's up, Beaver?
Not much, Ron. How have you been?
Not too bad. We were together all day, all last night, so. It's not like we haven't seen each other in a while, but we're both going to school here this weekend, so I mean, I probably won't see him as much as I have been, but first weekend I'm going to Lyco from Lock Haven to watch a football game. My mom's cheerleading coach for Susquehanna, and that's who they're playing, so that should be fun. But
Lyco, Susquehanna rivals.
it's a big rivalry. I think Susquehanna won last year 7-6. Good game.
It was, man. I didn't catch it, but I don't go out to too many games of theirs.
Yeah, actually, Mifflin County has a kid playing football up there, right? Traxler?
Yes, he's a kicker.
Yeah.
I had a class with him last semester, actually. Yeah.
So Traxler's a kicker up there. Mitch Wellham, I think.
Cody Wellham, I thought played there too a little bit because I saw him up at campus a couple times.
So,
maybe it was Mitch though. I'm not sure.
So some notable alumni from Mifflin County.
Kaylee played like a semester there, maybe.
Kyle Kaylee, he got some ball time up there. Evan Zayway is a soccer player up there. I know Beaver talks to him a good bit, and Beaver wrestles. So there's that. We're going to talk about his high school wrestling career here to start off. Few injuries in between there, but freshman year, one match away from going to the state tournament. PA State's very, very tough. But his senior year, you made it.
Yeah, I made it.
So let's talk about that.
Also,
talk about your whole postseason drill. You win districts.
Oh, yeah. So I wrestled this kid. District 6 wasn't really that difficult. I wrestled a kid from Altoona named Britton Symington. Because we make jokes about him now. We see him sometimes. But wrestled him there in the finals. I think I won like 4-2 or something. It was close, but not really. So then I get to regionals. And I mean, man, like coming up and seeing, like, when I was a little kid going to the regional tournament and then also, like, wrestling in it, like, you don't want to go to the loser's bracket, especially, like, being a senior, like, it's terrifying. So,
I mean, you did that your freshman year.
Yeah, my freshman year I dropped out. I made it to semifinals at the regional tournament and then lost, dropped down, 1-1, which put me into the match to go to states, but you just don't want to go down there. So I'm in the semifinals my senior year, and I won like 4-2 against a pretty good kid. I forget where he was from though. He's just a big dude. I ended up taking him down a couple times. So I get the finals again, and Britain's in the finals again, and so I'm thinking it should be an easy match. You know, the nerves kind of get off of you because you already made it to the state tournament.
Yeah, but you won a regional title.
Yeah, I won a regional title. Yeah, because everyone that I've ever, it's regionals is, you want to win that to get a good seed for states.
Yeah.
And so I go out, I get a takedown in the first period. I'm sailing pretty good, try and get a ride out. I think he might have escaped though. But then in the second period, there's a very questionable call. He did something weird where like he came up, I was on top, and he came up, stood up, and I just let him go, and he did like a flip and landed on his head. It was his own fault. And I just went like that, and they called illegal slam on me, and he got a point. Which, I shouldn't have let it mess me up, but it did. It messed me up mentally because now the match is tied, and I got to go to overtime, and I wasn't on a shot. It just got real funky, and he came out on top.
Yeah, I like to make jokes with Beaver when we see Brenton Symington out at the regional tournament. I always say, Brent has your regional medal, and we got to go get that. But
it's funny because I wrestled him probably 6 or 7 times in high school coming up, and I beat the crap out of him every time.
Except one
time. That's how it always goes, though. Yeah. You see that.
I think he's up at Lock Haven now wrestling.
Is he wrestling?
That's what Trey said. But talk about okay, so you go to the state tournament then, and you lose your first match to the runner-up.
Yep, I lost 3-2. I can't remember what happened that match. I think it was 2-1. 2-1. There was no takedowns or anything like that. He just escaped more times than I did.
Yeah, and he ended up getting second, so that was pretty sweet. But Then you go to the losers bracket. Were you hurt from that match or
No, so I dropped down the losers bracket and I'm winning, and the kid had a really good shot. I should have just gave it up. He gave up the takedown, but I tried to do something funky, and his head got stuck here in my ribs, and like I went down on it and his head landed, and it just separated 3 of my ribs. So there was only I can't remember. There was like a minute left, and I used all my injury time. Obviously, I could hardly it was very painful, and then so I go back out and go down, and he gets a tight waist on me, and I just lay out. I was just kind of trying to lay it out, just ride it out, but the ref called it. He said this kid's too hurt, so I ended up going to the hospital. My ribs were very, you could feel them in there moving.
Yeah.
But there's really nothing they could do about that. I just had to wear a little wrap around it for a couple weeks, but.
So then, all right, you graduate high school from Mifflin County and you choose Lyco for wrestling. Why did you choose Lyco versus any other schools that you had in mind?
So I didn't really want to go D1. Nothing against D1. It was just with my injuries and stuff. I was just not looking to that. I mean, it's just a grind. I mean, you can see from what Hayden has said and all of our other buddies that went there. But I was looking at a couple D2 schools. But ultimately, I chose Lycoming because it's a small school. I can get, I felt at home there. I met a lot of guys on the team there before I, committed. I just chose, and plus the money was good there. That was the cheapest where I could go.
Talk about the transition from high school wrestling to college.
It was different, because there is always a transition from like elementary to junior high to high school to college, and I gotta say, man, the transition from high school to college was a lot.
Academically, or?
Well, yeah, because you have to juggle all that. Plus, you have, you don't have just a practice a day. You have at least 2. You have a run. You have a lift. Like it's a whole lot different. And then plus the wrestling aspect is just way more physical.
I feel like people think like Division III, it's just like a little tiny step over high school, but. Then again, like you're saying, it's big. Like with the classes, you got to schedule your time out and morning practices, lifts, all that. It's no different than just any other.
Well, D1's definitely because I don't have to stay there in summer, but like I've like from the 2 years that I've had in there, I definitely feel that D2 is like D3 is better than D2 in wrestling. Now I'm not saying in any other sport, but in wrestling it is.
You like your team a lot. You've met some good guys like my favorite Will Newmiller. I like Haynes Forwood, all them guys that you run around with. But I gotta say, Newmiller's the favorite. Give him a call here quick. See, we'll tune in with what Newmiller's doing.
Yeah, Willie, he's one of my buddies from school. It's hard to tell what he's weighing nowadays. He did wrestle 141. He was 33. He's from
Philly area.
Philly area. What high school was that?
Haverford
High School. Yeah.
He never even made the state tournament.
He just walked on, but he
loves it. He doesn't go back to his home in Philly ever.
He stayed in Williamsport all summer this year.
PennDOT.
Working at PennDOT.
So he has a funny story. We're gonna talk some memories of when he's been to MIFCO a few times.
He's been here twice. So 2 or 3 times with me. He's come up and.
We'll talk about that. We'll talk about his wrestling career. This guy. Oh man,
we're gonna FaceTime him. Or?
Give him a FaceTime. We'll stay tuned here.
Is that gonna be close enough?
What's up, William?
What's up, man?
Dude, we're doing the podcast right now. You expected this call. You're a big follower of it. We're going to talk some Mifflin County memories you've had, the times you came to start things off. Talk about the times you've had at MIFCO with the boys.
All right, so first time at Brandon Wilson, probably just 2 years ago, I saw him. This kid with this big orange head, and pretty cool. So I started hanging out with him a little bit. He invited me to come down to his place to go fishing. So reluctantly, I decided, I don't really know how to fish, but I'll give it a try. So me, Hayden Swartwood, Josiah McLaren, and Travis Ogden, went to his house to fish. First impression of everybody is pretty close squad. You know, I was able to meet you and had a pretty good time. You know, meeting Wilson's parents. Didn't really get to fish the next day, unfortunately.
Nimmler caught the case. He got sick. He was sick. He was puking.
They get up early in the morning and they're driving, and Nimmler just starts puking.
No, actually, we didn't wake up early. We went to bed real late, and
Yeah.
I walked downstairs because everyone stayed at my house. We walked downstairs. It was like 5:30 in the morning, and I walked down, and everyone is just passed out. And I said, "Hey guys, we going fishing?" They said, "Yeah." I said, "All right, well, wake me up when you get up." I wake up at 10:30 and no one has moved yet.
First day of trial in Mifflin County.
It's a holiday.
You gotta get there early. And
Like Christmas, you know.
they were there late, but
We still caught fish. Newmiller didn't, but me and Schmitty and Trey. Or no, Trey wasn't there.
No.
Me and Schmitty caught fish. Let's just say that.
So there's that time. What? I don't know if I was involved with your second time. in
Yeah,
Mifflin
it was
County.
over the summer.
Oh, yeah. You came back. We played some wiffle ball. You made me a little upset.
It was rainy.
It was rainy,
day.
and it was a good series, but I thought you were kind of cheating. You weren't. I mean, kind of, but.
Newmiller goes off of if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
Yeah, so that's jot that down for quotes from Newmiller. I mean, that's not.
He
his
cheats
quote.
in everything. First time I met, what were we doing, man? I've seen him swindle his way through multiple circumstances. He's a snake.
All right, so what are you doing right now? Like, you just finished up at PennDOT, getting ready for the school year, wrestling season. I guess it's preseason. I don't know what's the Lyco wrestling life like.
Just working out. Right now we're lifting, wrestling a little bit when we can. Got a couple guys here, coaches' kids, Kyle Drick, Hayden Swartwood, Seth Lansbury. We got a good squad. So we're doing that. And then when school starts, we'll pick it up a little bit.
I hope to see you on the mat this year. Maybe last Fortnite, more mat time. I know me and you, we played a lot of Fortnite last year, but I'm expecting a good year from you, man.
We'll see.
What do you weigh right now? He's looking around. He's looking around to see coaches and anywhere around.
Maybe 180 probably on a good day, I guess.
What are you trying to wrestle?
What weight are you trying to wrestle?
Probably 57.
Well, good luck with that. And, thanks for letting us call you. We're short on time, but it was funny while it lasted. This will be tune in. Don't know when this will air.
Who's today's guest?
Today's guest, Brandon Wilson, of course, Lyco wrestler.
What's he talking about?
We're talking about. We just got done talking about high school wrestling. Now we're getting into the good stuff, the meat of the podcast.
Did he announce he's come back yet? I heard he's coming back. That's the rumor around.
We still haven't got through that whole thing yet.
You're spilling the beans, brother. We're getting there, but
Get the meat. All right.
thanks for calling, man. That's big time. We'll talk to you later, brother.
All right. See you, man. Have a nice day.
You too.
Yeah.
All right, so like he was saying, you've went through some surgeries and stuff on your shoulder, so you don't know if you'll continue wrestling or not.
Yeah, I've had 3 knee surgeries on meniscus and MCLs. Last year, we were getting ready for the season. I actually made 184. It was a pretty decent cut for me. And I go out, and my shoulder keeps popping out. So I'm like, man, what am I going to do? So I go to the trainers, there's obviously something's wrong. Go to the doctors, get MRIs and stuff. I have two labrum tears on the front and back, a torn rotator cuff, and then a chipped shoulder socket. So it's a pretty messed up shoulder on my left one. Yeah.
So you haven't decided if you're coming back or not. Right now you're on the roster. So
Yep, right now I'm on the roster.
It's either that or you can just focus on your business related.
Yeah, focus on academics, but I don't know. It'll be tough to walk away from just because I've done it for so long and I'm used to that. But
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I say that now, but if I would do it, I'd be hating my life here come October because, like I was talking about the transition from high school to college. Like, as soon as you get on campus, man, workouts start. Like you're lifting, you're in the room. You're losing weight to get down because our coach he makes us make weight a week before our competition just to get us acclimated to making that weight.
Yeah, so you're studying business there, but
I'm studying business, the concentration in accounting.
But that's not your plan as you move on. Really, your life goal is to be a state police officer, from what I understand. So talk life goals and what you have. What's next after college?
So after college, I would ultimately go right into the state police academy. Try to get that because that's a 6-month program. Where you're pretty much they're just acclimating you to being a trooper, getting yourself ready for just about every situation that you'll ever come in contact with. But I just took my, it's like a civil service police exam to get into that. I'll hear back about that probably another week, hopefully, and we'll see if I get into the oral part of it. But ultimately, I would like to go graduate with a degree, go right into that. And hopefully, sometime start coaching, whether it be like volunteer at high school or like even elementary or something. But
just to keep involved with the sport.
Yeah, no, I love the sport. It's just sport. I don't know, man. It doesn't seem like it loves me. It hammers me a good bit. So
yeah, you got to give back to the community. That'd be sweet, just to stay involved. But yeah, that'd be cool. I could see you doing that.
Yeah,
you've been wrestling since you were 5, so.
Yeah, and it was cool because my little cousin Derek, who's on the wrestling team, Mifflin County right now, he's going into his junior year. Junior year, and it was cool to see because I was able to go to districts and regionals. I wasn't wrestling at the time, so I was able to go with him and watch the kids that he was going to be wrestling and like try and develop a game plan with him. Because no, nothing against the Mifflin County coaches, they got a whole team there. You know what I mean? So I was able to really zero in with him and talk with him, and ultimately he made it to the state tournament. I was really excited for him.
Yeah, he's gonna have a bright future in wrestling.
I don't know. He says he doesn't want to wrestle in college, so we'll see what happens.
That surprises me, but
he wants to be like a doctor or something. So we'll just let him go with it.
Let him do that. Man. That would be that'd be smooth. But talk about some inspirations on and off the mat, like coming up, and who you want to be, who you want to turn out to be.
Well, obviously the big one, and everyone knows it, is Nick Bellion.
Yeah, show us that. Show us that.
I got Wilson on mine.
But it might as well say Bellion. It's the same exact hat. We mess around with him about that all the time. It's hilarious. But
yeah, no, his dad and my dad were really good friends, and Nick is obviously a good bit older than me, so just coming up through, just seeing him, Matt Bonson, Adam Will.
Adam Will.
But just seeing them guys, as a little kid was awesome for me. Like Hayden talked about it too. It was just seeing them guys being wrestling at states and going into, Nick was a 2-time All-American for Kent. It was awesome. And when I was a little kid, they actually got me into the sport. I think they got you into it too, right?
Yeah.
Nick said, when you're a little kid like that, you're like, you don't want to be called a wimp. And Nick, Wilson, you're a wimp if you don't wrestle. I was like, Dad, I got to get signed up now. I don't want to be a wimp, but.
My career was short-lived, but Beaver, he went up the whole way through from starting at 5, winning a Mawa national title, winning a cup, 2 PJ?
Yeah, 2 Mawas, 2 PJW state titles. But
yeah, so that was pretty cool. And who are some other inspirations, like, off the mat, like Will Ferrell from Step Brothers or something? I know.
Oh yeah, dude, I love comedians. Dave Chappelle is a big one. He is a funny dude.
Yeah. What about that guy from Barstool?
Pat McAfee. Dave Portnoy and Pat McAfee, obviously huge fans of them. If you're out there watching, you need to give me a shout out at some time. But yeah, they're funny guys. I actually just started watching them in college. Just some of the stuff they do is just hilarious, and it's off the wall, but it's so funny.
They start off just like MC Small Talk, right?
Yep.
Just a small town.
And they ask questions that people want to hear.
Punter for the Colts.
Yeah, Pat McAfee was a punter for the Colts, so he
went to West Virginia, so he obviously partied. And then
he had exposure.
Oh, yeah.
But the other guy, he went to Michigan or something.
Dave did, but he's a big New England Patriots fan, which my other buddy who R.I.P. Dallas LeVar, he ain't gonna be coming back to Lycoming, but he's a big Patriots fan. We should have got Newmiller talking about that. The hammers and not.
Yeah, they ask some questions that we don't really do on here. I mean, they get vulgar, but it's hilarious. Check them out. Another thing I like to do before we get into the good stuff of the podcast that relates Mifflin County rather than yourself is talk about the pride you have for the county. I mean, some people don't have any, but yeah, I know you.
Yeah, no, I love it. I mean, it was awesome to see, when I was coming up through high school, to see the fan base that we had and built. Like, dude, we packed that gym every home match, and obviously, man, you walk around, so, people know who you are, and that's awesome, man. Like, I love this county. I mean, I don't know if I want to live in it. Like, I like to experience a little bit more, but I mean, I definitely probably see myself coming back, every once in a while, just because I mean it's awesome.
Yeah. So now we're going to talk about your favorite hometown athletes. We always do this with the athletes that come in. It's a pretty funny time. It can be serious at times too, but you were a youth sport. You played everything. I mean, football. You were good at football, Belltown, wrestling, baseball. You just now recently started golfing.
Yeah, I've golfed for, I don't know. I started when I was like a senior in high school a little bit. My dad got me into it a little bit, but yeah, I don't golf that much. But I mean, it is fun. I get pretty angry at times with it, but.
So we're gonna talk your favorite hometown athletes right now. Starting with football. Who's your favorite football?
Oh man, Nick Poach. He's a stud.
Nick Poach. He actually went to Geneva to play football, but I don't know what. We'll have to talk to him here someday. He ended up going to the military now. I just saw he's at SHIP, so congrats to him on the military. That's cool. Basketball, girls and boys.
Girls, I gotta go with. I don't really know too many of them, so I gotta go with
Hurto.
My girl Allie Hurto. She's just newly engaged. Newly engaged. Maggie Wilson. I gotta represent her since she's Wilson and Wilson. Man, I really did like Elena Eckley though. She balled this year.
She's good down in Messiah with our
She's
friend.
a double two-sport athlete.
Really?
That's what I thought. Yeah, softball and basketball.
So we're gonna talk to her, hopefully on here. I mean, if she's down, I'm sure she'll be down. But how about boys basketball?
Man,
I mean, they had some rough seasons, but yeah,
I gotta go with my guy Evan Seavey. What the heck's that kid? He kind of just fell off the radar there in high school. What's his name? He was always getting yelled at by his parents and stuff.
Nate Kohler.
Benny Kohler. Benny, yeah, he was cool.
He's up at Toontown.
Man, I'm trying to think of someone funny, but I don't know them guys.
How about
softball? I gotta go with my girl Mara Rhodes. She's old lady. 1 year.
1 year. Oh yeah, let's transition into that.
Oh man.
Me and you, we came up with rules for the old lady. You have to be dating for a year.
Well, let's go into so you hear old people say about their wives, oh, me and the old lady, we went out. Or
you can find some guys that raise landscaping. Austin Ray, actually, there's the young rednecks from around here. They're yeah, I gotta go feed my old lady. Stuff like that.
Gotta go get my old lady some supper.
Our old lady is completely different.
I just thought it was funny, and me and Runt kind of went with it one time. But yeah, we made some guidelines for that.
The most important guideline, it might be the only guideline, is you got to be dating for at least 1 year. And
1 year mark, and no sooner. You see these guys coming around here. They think 7 months is old lady.
Yeah,
no way.
At the movies with my old lady, no.
You guys been dating for a month. Get out of here.
It's a year. I mean, it's a privilege to be an old lady, and Mara just now. You and Mara a year, so she's experiencing that. And
she just picked up a bill for the dinner.
Yeah. When old ladies after a year, you start paying the old
Absolutely.
ladies for a while.
Absolutely.
And then the guys pick it back up then, but
I don't know if I will though.
yeah, it's a nice life, isn't it? And some people, and you can always go with old lady, talk about ex-old ladies for a certain amount of time.
Yeah, probably about a year, I guess.
Yeah, and then after that, they're not old ladies, but so that's the old lady talk. I don't want to see anyone from a year. I don't want to see anyone 3 months in calling old ladies. So
Oh, you'll get us mad. You know, it ain't that. You can't be doing that.
you can't do that. I mean, some people grind.
And he's even corrected me on it because I said around like 10 months. I said, old lady, no way.
No way.
I had
It's a
to
year.
wait. I had to wait.
I mean,
But
it's a
respect
grind
it.
to get a year relationship, and
It
you
is.
deserve the old lady.
She doesn't, and I'm telling you right now, she loves it. She does
She
love
embraces the old lady.
it. Yeah.
Now we're gonna talk some fun stuff. Memories with me and you together. Well, I like to involve the host, myself. My favorite memory with Beaver. We're camping. Where was that at?
Oh, man, it was out Elk County. It was
Elk
at
County. We're
yeah.
looking at elk, and this is a true story. Beaver's hammering the ground with a hammer, and I'm behind him. He's between his legs. Acorn comes up and smacks me right in the forehead. I get knocked out. A bald eagle flies by. We miss that. Well, I missed that because I'm knocked
I
out.
saw it. I just let him lay. I said, bald eagle.
My mom's over there comforting me as I wake up from the acorn that just smashed me in the dome. But yeah, that's a funny story. But
He says, where am I? As he looks around.
yeah, I mean, you got to give the people what they want. So kind of like what I'm doing with MC Small Talk. I feel like I was obligated to do this after I tweeted, got some love, and now I get some love here and there. Shout Laura Lowe, she really loves it.
You got to shout her out.
Hoping to get her in here. She says she's old, but we're gonna convince
Oh,
her.
dude, she'll come.
She's
She's
a legend.
coming in,
I mean,
absolutely.
Belltown for life.
Oh
But
yeah.
anyways,
We gotta if you're gonna represent Mifco, we have to. Belltown is where we reside.
Yeah. And there's a lot of memories with Fortnite. Me and
Oh
Beaver.
yeah. Well, I never played video games.
Yeah, that's the funny thing. Beaver, he's never been a video game
I
guy.
just watch. And even so, I played a little bit of Madden, a little bit of Call, but it was always funny because Runt would just smack me bad, and he would just.
Well, that one Madden with Joseph Adai up the middle.
Oh
99
yeah, and then I
blaster.
just throw Marvin Harrison deep.
Yeah, he would get me on that. That was way back. But yeah, actually, when Fortnite came out, I wasn't really a fan of it.
You weren't at all, and I called you one day, and I was at Lycoming, and I said,
Beaver bought an Xbox just for this game, which is a lot of people have been doing that. But Vexing Circle 807, if you have an Xbox, add him. He's pretty good at Fortnite.
I'm all right. I took some time off.
Funny story about that for your Fortnite fans. There's this one guy putting a chug jug on for 15 seconds, and Beaver could not hit him. He was 5 feet, just pump shotgun, couldn't hit him. So that's funny. If the Fortnite people understand,
If anyone
that's
knows
terrible.
me, they know that if I get flustered, it's over. And so we were in a squad. Everyone was dead except me. There was one guy left, and you guys know. I know I'll get some heat thrown from this. It was just me and him. He's putting on a chug jug. I'm putting on a shield. I was just clicking, building probably random freaking structures, and but yeah, I lost that one for us. But fun, yeah. As soon as I got my Xbox, it was Christmas. No, I didn't buy it. I got it for Christmas. I said, we have a Christmas Eve with my grandparents and aunt, and they text me. I don't really ever want anything. I just say, normal stuff. But this year I said, can I get an Xbox? They're like, absolutely. So I got an Xbox.
They made that happen. Shout
Yeah.
to them.
Yep.
So we've had, Fortnite, that game brings people in. It's emotional.
Oh man, we go to Schmitty's.
4 TVs.
Oh well, no, yeah, and it started at my house over Christmas break.
Oh my god.
Dude, we would be up till 4 a.m. playing this game.
And we would wake up at 9.
9, keep playing.
We had a chalkboard with stats. Usually
yeah.
run by me. No offense to the other players that were there, but
He did. Ron
I am
did
the team
solo.
I
solo
soloed a squad for
bunch,
us. I mean,
man.
everyone was up. It was a very fun time.
But yeah, dude, no, and even if they didn't have it, even if people didn't have Xboxes, we just cycle it through.
I see you just threw a Copenhagen chew in. Let's talk about that because that goes with your dad.
Oh yeah.
Your dad says some funny stuff. So
I do got one, but I started because of wrestling a little bit, cutting weight and stuff. But so I get caught with chew by my mom, and she's obviously livid, and she goes out to my dad and she throws it at him, and I think it was a can of Skull, and my dad goes, "Ha, pussy Skull," dude. I'm laughing at this point. My mom is so mad.
Oh man, if you know Randall, that's funny. He says some of the funniest stuff. He loves movies. I actually talked to him about some funny movies.
Well, my sister and mom, my sister just graduated high school, so her and my mom go on this cruise.
Yeah.
So it's just me and my dad all week. We would have movie nights.
Yeah, for the whole week we'd have movie nights. A couple of our friends.
What, you, Levi, Ross, Ike.
We watched Step Brothers.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
Joe Dirt,
Division Three's football's finest.
finest.
One of my personal favorite.
I think I'm gonna watch Step Brothers again.
The Step Brothers.
He loves Step Brothers.
And maybe we never got Napoleon Dynamite in, but that's
we should have though. I forgot about
Randall loves Napoleon Dynamite. But yeah, to end the podcast off, I like to do a little game where I name someone and you have 15 seconds to give your opinion on them. And let's start off. Let's go with Devin Ammerman.
Oh man, I don't know. Ham's all right. We'll just leave it at that.
What about Max Fultz?
Dude, Max Fultz, he's my guy. I worked with him at the country club, actually. We were just talking about that. But, him and Yetter, that post, the legacy has to live on. It has to.
33, right?
33, absolutely.
I think they're forgetting one of the biggest legends that wore 33, and that would be me at Belltown. I was 33 there
dude,
for a while.
Yes, dude, you...
I mean, I was a mean, lean, athletic machine.
You guys were so mad at me because your parents made you guys play and I was like, dude, I'm not playing. I don't care. You and Smitty with his freaking tight pants on.
That's Belltown Babe Ruth. Yeah, that was bad. Beaver didn't play, but all right, let's go into Luke Felton.
Oh, that's a random one.
Yeah,
I think he's a pretty goofy dude.
Do you know what he's up to?
I thought he was hiking the Appalachian Trail.
Yep, I think.
Is he still hiking?
That a couple years ago. He's on the Continental Divide.
I don't know if he's gonna see this. I mean, if he's on the Continental Divide.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he updates. He gets updates.
He has a freaking blog, right?
Yeah. Well, he did for the Appalachian. I don't know if he's still on it.
I kind of want.
We definitely want to have him in. That's a interesting story for someone from Mifflin County. So
yeah, he just kind of props to him for just doing it, but I don't know. I didn't really talk to him that much in high school. He'd always make me laugh,
What about Allie Herto? I know we just talked about her a little bit ago, but she's on my list.
Oh man, we go way back, 6th grade. Well, yeah, you were in that class too.
Yeah.
6th grade, Herto, and then her and Boyd dated for a little bit, and then the old Hard Sock.
And
Hard Sock came
swooped
in like a freaking hawk, man.
And now they've been together
7 years.
Since 7th grade. They just recently got engaged. Shout out to them. I want them to come in on the show because that would be special for the ladies.
Farty's a weirdo about it, though.
I texted them, they reply, so I don't know if that will happen.
But I said, so I texted her till I texted Farty, Well, Trey just texted me and said, engaged.
Yeah,
Not
I got that.
Yeah, he said engaged, and we say Fortnite mode engaged, stuff like that. So I'm like, what?
What's he engaged?
Yeah, what are you doing? And it took him an hour and a half to get back to me, and I was like, he's like, I got engaged, and I said, what did I say? I said, oh, cool. I said, did she say yes?
His Instagram caption was,
Hey, Big Al, what do you say we get married?
And he probably did say that.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
We won't
me, you, and Farty, we go way back too, though, so I can talk crap on him if I want to.
Yeah. We'll have to incorporate old lady, but old friend or something.
Well, yeah.
like that.
So I texted her too, and I congratulated her, obviously, but I said, I didn't want to take anything away from her and Trey getting engaged, but me and Mars, my old lady now, I think that's a bigger deal.
That's, I'm sure Herto was amused by that.
Yeah, she thought it was funny, but and then the thing with her is though, if we ever go to their house and their parents aren't home, her dad, Roger Hurta, shout out. He's my favorite dude.
We are gonna bring up one of the funniest clips ever to put on this video. Actually, right now, we're gonna put that in right now. It is hilarious.
You know, Roger loves the Phillies, and he has a Phillies T-shirt in his closet. And I would make sure that every time I go over there, I get into his closet.
But Allie would not want this to happen. She would get ticked.
She would try and like.
But Raj didn't care.
No, Raj loved it because Farty told her,
care, you know
"Oh, you gotta get Raj." Because me and Runt one time. Well, Runt told me.
I came up with that dance. Yeah. The backstory to that is, I think we hit 15 seconds on Hurta, but we're gonna keep going. The backstory on that is, if Roger Hurta was in the club dancing, it'd be here.
He would be this. Yes, he would be.
He would be there. And everyone I showed the dance to agreed. But so that's that story. We'll show you the video to that. Next name, Dean Martini.
Yeah, dude. Like Dean had a class beside me. I was in woodshop. He was over here, and the dude would always leave. And like I'd see him, and I'd be like, "Yo, Dean Martini," and he loved it, man. He loved it. Like no one knows who this kid is, but like he just followed me on Instagram the other day. Like,
oh, so he's doing well for himself.
I hope, yeah. I wish the dude the best of luck. Love the kid in high school. And well, you know me, I just talk to random people like all the time. Like you'd be like, who's that kid? I'd be like, that's Dean Martini.
Yeah, I remember you in the halls. I'd be with you and you just yell at Dean. Shout out to Dean Martini. I don't know if he'd be watching this, but if he is, shout out to you. The next one's gonna spark a lot of. It's gonna make noise. Nathan Shoup, aka Angel Beck.
Oh man, dude, funniest dude probably I've ever met in my whole entire life.
And we grew up with him. He came.
Fifth grade. He came what? Fourth grade.
Fourth or fifth grade.
Man,
East
he is. For anyone who hasn't met him, I don't know more kid. I don't know anyone else who has gotten beat up more than him. And like it wasn't even there's a fight. It was like an organized fight. Yeah, like he wanted to fight.
That's funny because I think he fought the next guy I'm about to mention, RJ Kerstetter. What do you have to say about RJ?
Randall. I had a couple classes with him in high school. The gym classes, not academic classes, but like, dude, yeah, I wish that dude the best. He's a funny guy.
I think RJ's out at Phillips right now, so
good for him. Good for
RJ. But that's going to conclude this week of MC Small Talk. Thanks for tuning in. This is Brandon Wilson. Not that active on social media, so no need to hand any Twitter handles out, but we'll keep tuned and we'll see who we have next. Right on.
This has been a Happy Rod production.
For me?